you read what other people have written when signing a farewell card? Well, if you do, then you're in good company. Today we'll be taking a closer look at the nuances of everyday interactions that make up the monotony of life. Let's scrunch up a piece of paper and shout, Kobe, as we toss it into the waste paper basket. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for two old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Josh, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
Now, you may have noticed that the intro text describing the talking point coming up was exactly the same as last week. And why is that, Christian?
Because last week so what we do normally is we decide what the intro is going to, the intro text. I'm not sure if I'd use that.
Okay.
The tagline?
Sure.
We decide let's stick with tagline.
Okay.
We decide the tagline basically during the prep stage of the recording. And last week we forgot to talk about it. Because now Josh and I are in the habit of, once we hit record, that's it.
We just go.
We go and then we stop.
So it was in the notes, but we never got to it.
We never got to it.
Because we got so into the first bit about
Josh,
napping.
we had so much fun. And now we're back and we're going to talk about it.
We will talk about it. Don't worry, guys.
But first,
Josh,
I made a purchase during the week. It's already arrived because I purchased it off amazon.com.au. I'm not sure
What's
if you've... Yeah, it's a small website.
like the rainforest thing? Or?
Yeah. It's about
nice.
Conservation.
Great.
But they also sell...
It's very conscious, very
air
environmentally
fryers.
conscious of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, air fryers.
Air fryers. Environmentally conscious air fryers. And so I saw that this one was off an Oz bargain link. It was
Great.
heavily discounted. And in my mind, I've seen a lot of marketing about air fryers. They look spectacular.
Yep.
My sister has been talking about air fryers for probably 3-4 years straight.
Can I tell you what she does about it?
Yeah.
She raves about it.
She does rave. She's a raving lunatic. People always rave about air fryers, don't they?
They
do. She absolutely loves her air fryer. Oh, Christian, it cooks things so crisp and so quick. And I thought, I've got to get myself an air fryer.
Yep.
So I buy the air fryer. Right after I've bought it, like immediately after the purchase has been made, hasn't arrived yet, I go, what is an air fryer? So
the classic research after the purchase.
After the fact. So I decide to YouTube.
How to change vote.
So I YouTube air fryer.
Great.
What is air fryer?
What is air just what is air fryer?
Because all searches now are what is air fryer Reddit.
Yeah, great. Yep.
I watched a video where a guy essentially in the first minute said air fryers are essentially small convection ovens.
Is this that guy who does technology reviews?
Yes.
Great. I
He's
love
awesome.
it. I saw that video this week as well.
Yeah. Super direct guy.
Yeah.
You saw it because it was recommended to me.
I don't know, but
Definitely.
it came up in the feed.
They know that we are.
Yeah, we get the same feed all the time.
Yeah. So watch this. Find out it's just a small convection oven. Momentarily think, could have just used the oven then? Like,
Yeah.
I just bought into the marketing. Air fryer arrives. It is a small convection oven, but bloody hell, it's great. It's so quick.
Well, he said it's also like a toaster oven. Like that's one and the same as well.
Yes,
The
they're
whole thing
all
is
the
just
same.
a small version of it, right?
Heat plus fan
Yep.
equals convection oven.
Great.
That's what it is, but it's super intense heat, and it does crisp things up more than the oven. Even though it's the same technology, it does.
Well, I guess it's just a smaller space heating up quicker, right?
Yeah.
And the air, still about the airflow around it. But isn't it amazing that it's just like a marketing term?
Yeah.
It's
air
just a
fryer.
marketing term. It's nothing special.
But that's what an oven is. It
Yes.
fries with air.
yes. But that's what they do. Like these toaster, he showed some videos like there's a toaster oven and it's like they've changed the name. They release it now as an air fryer thing and they have an air fry mode. It's like they just throw that on and everyone goes, oh, this is a fascinating new technology.
All the modes that you can select between, there's like fish, chips, baking. But those modes, all they are is a unique temperature setting and time setting. They do nothing differently inside the oven itself.
Great. It's just on or off, right?
It's on
That's
or
all
off.
they can choose to do.
How hot, how heat, and how time.
That's what the researchers typed into Google. How heat, how time.
How heat small?
How long time? What do you reckon the R&D is on figuring that stuff out?
Oh,
Like if they go,
Yeah.
get that bit of salmon in there, how many tests are they going like, ooh, I reckon 10 minutes on that?
that's a perfectly cooked salmon.
Yeah, because that's happened at
Has
some
to go
point,
to focus
right?
group. Get focus group in.
Yeah.
We're serving everyone multiple salmons, different cook, and then they go.
We've got to start talking in full sentences. This is ridiculous.
They get focus group in.
A focus group in or the focus group in.
Focus group in. Serve salmon. Rate out 10. Yeah, so they serve salmon
Yeah.
that's cooked, 15 minutes at 200 degrees. Then they serve a little piece of salmon that's 15 minutes at 180 degrees. And then they rate, and then the people say, yep, that salmon was the best. And they go, cool. That's our salmon setting.
I've never really engaged with the settings on my microwave of that. I think I tried the
You're
pizza
the
once.
first person in my entire life who has ever said, "Oh, I changed the settings on my microwave."
Yes, but I don't go, I'm putting a potato in there, press the potato button. I'm putting a dinner plate in there, press the dinner plate button. I don't do that.
There's a potato button.
I don't know why I went potato. In my head, I'm like, surely there's like baked version of baked potato in a microwave.
Must be. Put it in the alfoil.
Yeah. But the air fry feels like something, I don't know why. I feel like I would trust those settings more than the microwave one. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, I do you know what? Given that I know all the settings are the same, I still pick the chips setting. Because
well,
I'm
you're doing
like,
chips.
that'd be the crispiest setting
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's the same.
But no, it's not the same. It's said this is the best. This is to get the best result for
But
you.
immediately I changed the time.
Oh, really? You just decide for yourself?
Well, I'm not cooking chips.
Oh.
But I want everything in there to be crispy. What else?
Okay.
When do you ever put something in the oven that you don't want to be crispy? I guess a cake. If a cake was
baking,
crunchy.
yeah, baking. Yeah, you're right. One giant use of ovens. But I
Yeah.
agree, generally, the kinds of things that you're using an air fryer for, you want it crispy and crunchy, right?
Yes. And so far I've used it for chippies, tofu, get it nice and crispy like a chippy, and spring rolls. Bloody hell, spring rolls came out great.
Do you reckon now that you've got this new device, is this going to fundamentally change a lot of your, like, do you reckon it's one of those things you're like, wow, I'm going to use this heaps and it's the kinds of foods I'm going to cook is going to be really different?
Haven't used the oven yet since I bought it.
Is that great?
That's amazing. And I also think that it's I didn't buy it for the cost saving, but I think that it cost saves. I think inflation.
Important.
Yeah.
Now, the main thing we're going to talk about, we are actually going to get there. We're talking about farewell cards. So recently at work, a colleague left. I knew him fairly well. Didn't have too much to do with him. Wasn't in the office all that much. So lovely guy. Enjoyed his company when I was there.
Fairly well. Didn't share the office very much.
No, as in like chatted a handful of times. I'd only been there like in the office maybe a couple months or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have heaps to do with him, but peppered him with questions every now and again when I was, hey, where's this or where can I find this? Lovely guy. And then it turns out he was leaving. And so then like an email went around being like, hey, it's Luke's last day. Would you like to, if anyone would like to give anything, here's an account that you put the money in. It's not asking for a particular amount. It says, here's the account, put some money in, and we'll be taking it to go and buy a voucher at a bookshop. And to me, that was like the perfect, for someone in my position, the perfect amount of engagement of entirely in my choice. And because it's going to a voucher, my input can be entirely up to me. Ooh, what do you reckon I gave?
Oh, well, okay. From everything that you've described, I'd say that you gave $20.
What would you have given?
Oh. Okay. He doesn't see what you've given,
Exactly. Another point.
but your name is on the card.
Yes,
But-
these are all relevant.
They're the most relevant points.
Yes.
But the other relevant point is, whose account are you transferring it into?
It's like the works one. So
Work
it's not an
account.
individual. Yeah, it's like a work has a,
But they can see what you've transferred.
I guess, like the finance department or something.
Okay, so there's not someone that you know who opens their account and goes, Jesus, Josh put 45 cents in.
Yeah, that person doesn't exist.
Okay, then, so this is literally, what do I give a shit about this person's future?
Exactly.
Yeah, because my name's in the card.
Yes,
I've got the credit.
book voucher is going to determine his future.
Yeah, but more so, how much do I care about this person in a monetary sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have given. I know there's too many questions. How many people are getting the email?
Come on, mate.
How many people are getting the email?
That matters.
It matters.
To you. Okay.
If 4 people,
dozens and dozens,
dozens and dozens,
dozens. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd $20 max.
$20 max. Okay. 10. But it was great because
I don't mind 10.
But it was good
I don't mind
because
10.
it was entirely on my terms of
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't expect him to give me $20.
No way.
But I didn't want to be the one who like didn't give anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, for the first time in my life, I have the chance to give a donation to a gift that I'm like, this is all I would like to give to this person.
Why did you feel compelled to give anything?
Because he was a nice guy and I liked him.
Okay. Why did you feel compelled to give anything? Because he was a nice guy who's leaving his job? Like, this is like, if you think about it, why does getting a book because you're leaving your job, like, it's the thought, right? It's the consideration.
And I think it's a thing being part of the team.
Being part
of
the team.
I want to consider myself part of this team. I should get on the card. I'll be part of that, that kind of thing. But it allowed me to do it in a very non-cost intensive way.
But the thing is that if there's dozens of people, right, giving $10, and presumably most people would have given,
I'd say
they knew
20,
him more,
surely 20,
25. Some people probably would have given 50 if they knew him particularly well.
I think so, yeah.
How big is this fucking book?
No, that was
how many pages of this book?
But the perfect thing was a voucher, so the money would scale.
Did the guy like reading?
Yeah.
Oh, he loved reading.
He'd written and stuff. He's like an author, I think, in some ways.
Oh, that's a great gift.
There were so many parts of it that I loved, and the fact it was a voucher didn't mean, hey, we're trying to get to this amount of money.
Okay.
It was like whatever the pool is.
Yep.
That's what he'll end up with.
Question:
Yes.
Did you sign a card?
Yes, I did.
Wow. So,
and I felt comfortable doing that because I'd given
Wowee.
some money, but in no way did I give any indication of how much money I donated to the card.
But did other people?
No, imagine that.
Like
PS 75.
It's like the footy players used to put their number next to their signature. Josh,
just make it nice.
Hashtag 10.
Yeah, and so I like that as a starting point where I didn't have. It was completely on my terms.
Yes.
And no one came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to give in this much?"
Yeah.
And then so going to the card, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do the card." And then went out. He's like, "Oh, it's just my drawer here. You can sign it out."
Yeah.
And in that moment of getting the group card out, it is a very voyeuristic moment.
Oh, yeah. Big
because
time.
I started to read others to be like, what's the vibe here?
Yeah.
I was like, I got to get a little bit of a vibe check. And then as I'm reading, I'm like, this feels wrong. This feels really wrong. I don't know what it is.
Oh, so you think that their messages were quite personal?
They weren't really, but like as I started, I was like, nah, just write one. You don't need to read it. For some reason, I felt like the message on a group card is like something really personal for some reason. Do you agree?
I absolutely. Like, I have organized 2 going away cards, e-cards, in the last month for people in my team that have been leaving. And every time, because I organize the cards and I send it to everyone, you need to put a message there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to set the tone for this card. So I go hard. I write a paragraph.
How does an e-card work with multiple signatures?
You can add GIFs. So basically, you share
Great for
a
a
link.
workplace.
So you pay for the card, and then you share a link, and then basically people open that link, and it takes them to, like, you can edit a text box and add a GIF. They even have the capacity to prompt with AI what your message should be.
Don't bother!
So it will say to you,
Don't
how do
bother.
you know this individual?
Don't bother
And
signing
you
the
can write,
card.
focus group, salmon, and it will say, hey, John, really sad to see you go. Loved heating that salmon to 150.
Brackets, turned out 7 minutes was perfect.
Yeah.
I hate that on a gift card. If you can't be bothered to use your brain to write down a message for someone, don't get off this planet.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
It's ridiculous.
To be honest, I did the prompt. I didn't use it.
Curiosity.
But curiosity.
Yeah, of course. It's okay when we do it.
And it's and it's totally fine. And I would love God, I would love to be the person one day who goes, you know what? Prompt, add, send. I don't give a shit. I'll never see you again.
Yeah, you could do that.
I could, but I couldn't. And that's why I would go back voyeuristically reading through the people who'd add message. And I see one that's like, hey, Josh, thanks it was great working with you. See, good luck
All
in
the
the
best in
future.
the future. Yep.
Yeah. And I look at that, I'm like, come on, man. That I want to get there.
Oh, as in that's your minimum effort.
I would love to, with
to be able to
someone who I
give less
didn't
of a
really
shit.
know, just a little bit less.
So yeah, because my message was I didn't want to do that bit because I did like, and I think I said something along the lines of like, it was always great hearing your voice around the office or something. I don't know why, or like just his general vibe and attitude I really liked around the office. So I think it was like just trying to highlight that of like I did appreciate you when you were here, even though we didn't chat too much. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's really nice. How's this for an absolute kick in the nether regions? I sent these two people their cards, and then different times of leaving, like 2 weeks apart, they left. A week later, for both people, I get an email from the company that organizes the digital card saying, hey, looks like the person hasn't opened your card. Maybe send them a prompt.
No!
I have checked to this day, neither card has been opened. Neither card has been opened.
AI generate, do it. Get on board, everybody. They don't care.
Unbelievable.
The people receiving it don't care. We shouldn't give a shit.
30 people writing in a card saying how much you meant to them.
Jesus.
Don't even open it.
That's crazy.
What's the world come to?
What's going on that you don't have a cursor? Are you a
It's
little bit
just-
interested?
It's for them, work is work, and they do not care about the people that they're surrounded by.
That to me is nuts.
Yeah.
I would just be curious more than anything.
Absolutely.
What did Josh say? I bet he only gave $10.
Yeah. Hashtag 10. Yeah, well, there was the option to give money, and I didn't want to because I was like, these people will be cheapskates. I'll just give them the card.
I think you only need a card.
I don't think money's appropriate for going. Like, it doesn't sit well with me, the idea of, you're leaving this workplace. Here's money.
Here's a gift.
What does that mean? Yeah. The card is the sentiment, right?
The card is the sentiment. It probably depends how long they've been there, right? It kind of makes sense when someone's been there a while, you should give them something when they leave, right?
Yeah, well, that's for sure. If you've been there for a while, you shouldn't just get a kick in the ass. You should get I don't know, what do you get, a watch?
What?
I don't know. It sounds like the
Probably
1950s.
probably like a pen with the company name on it.
Oh, God. You can get them made up for like 60 cents now.
Yeah, there you go. Take that.
Yeah. Great, thanks. Can I get a ruler? Nah. Yeah, so, Josh, have you organised a card to be sent to anyone before? Or have you organised a group card before?
I think
Like a really large novelty-sized
I think
group
I've
card?
had the chore of like at a 21st or something like that of trying to get everyone to sign the card and like keeping it hidden from the host and ducking around and weaving and don't come in here, all that kind of stuff.
Are you the type of person who needs to be prompted to redo something like that?
What do you mean redo?
Well, not to redo, to do. So there are people, based on this story that I told you at work, where you'll send the link and you'll have to follow up with individuals multiple times to be like, please write something nice. just write something.
If I was organising it, but I don't think I'm the organiser much these days. I don't know if that's an indictment on me, but yeah, at some level, you just want to be like, I'm putting work into this. You have a very easy part in this.
Yeah.
All you have to do is write a thing. I've given you everything. That's all you have to do. And if you can't be bothered to doing that, it just makes you feel shit to be like, I'm putting in work here. I'm trying to do this.
Yeah.
Have you done ones outside of work? Because it does feel different when it's not a work one. Say for a friend or someone, right?
Yeah. Have I done one outside of work? I'm sure I have over the years. And it kind of feels like people, when it's a friend, I think there's better traction. At work, I found
Everyone cares a bit more, right?
Yeah.
Now, the work ones, I don't know why. I don't know what people would be writing that might make me feel uncomfortable reading it, though. Because no one's writing anything that deep, especially in a work one, are they?
Well, but that's the thing. Like, there were maybe 2 people who wrote really special things out of like maybe 18, 20.
Also, it's an e-card. How come everyone's things is on display? Why doesn't it just submit it and leave it?
No, because the idea is that you can flick through like an ordinary, like a book.
Yeah, but just give that to the person at the end. I don't know why everyone...
Because you want to see what other people have written.
Well,
right?
maybe they should have that, like an incognito mode for the card. So you can do it and you can't actually see what anyone else has
But I
written.
think people want to see what other people have written.
I don't.
Because but people want to avoid being the person who's written one line.
Yeah, yeah.
You kind of match what other people have
Yeah,
written.
what's
like
the
lines.
energy? What's the energy you got to match?
I think
what's your max in terms of like a big card, like an A3 kind of size?
I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I think I go way too hard. I'll probably write 150, 200 words.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I've got you start with like the introduction to the paragraph. You explain your thesis
Your
statement,
contention, yeah.
and then at the end you sum it up.
Here's a question for you. So you open up the big card, giant card. Middle of the right-hand page is something like farewell.
Yeah.
You've got a blank slate. Where are you starting?
Josh. You know what? I felt like this talking point.
Give me a ding.
Josh was gesturing towards the soundboard. I'm like, I don't really play sound effects.
Thank you very much.
Josh, I did feel like this talking point was kind of it had really bottomed out for a while there, and we were just seeing what happened.
Yeah.
This question's really picked it back up.
Cheers.
I hope we've still
And
got
that's-
people listening.
And that's why you got to sit in this stuff.
Yeah,
you got to
absolutely.
wade through the mud
Stew and filth in it.
to get to the goal.
Okay, Josh, where am I starting? I feel like as a left-hander, it's incumbent on me to take top left or the left page.
Top left on the left page.
Because
For the first one.
I don't want to go smudging.
Okay.
Because the moment that, like, you got cheap pen, cheap paper,
Yep.
there's definitely smudging happening. If I'm on the right-hand side, I want to go top left, nice and I know, like, how much space to take up.
Yep.
I don't want to be in a prominent spot.
Okay. And your top left, top corner.
Yep.
What kind of angle?
Really good. I think, let's say that I am 45-degree angle.
45, like bang
Yeah,
on.
There's a little, like, kind of corner at the top
Yeah,
still
you
available.
just fill in that space.
Yeah, because it's casual.
The problem that gets me is when the obvious spot and the obvious angle doesn't appear. And then you're like,
yeah.
should I? And then you feel compelled. I don't know why we feel compelled to write the cards at an angle. You're obviously taking up the same amount of space, right? But
Yep.
for some reason, we go, if I tilt it a bit.
Because it's festive, right? If you just had, like, you may as well have the person who bought the card rule out the page
Yeah.
with
Divvy it up.
That is fucking brilliant.
It's like a little bingo table.
That's your spot.
You know what? That's how you get people engaged.
What?
So rule it up as a board.
Yeah.
There's grid coordinates, A1 to
Yeah.
D10, whatever it is.
Yeah.
After you finish, hey guys, after you finish signing, randomly assigned winner will get a prize. If you're in grid A6, you get a little prize.
I hate
Why
it.
don't you all sign it?
I hate it because I'm sick of incentivizing people to do something nice with gifts.
Yeah, but that'll get them in.
Need to get people to turn the camera on at work. Why not give them a $50 voucher? It's like, turn your camera on because
Oh,
you're
are
good
you serious?
people. That's it.
That's nuts.
Everyone at work has their camera off. It's just me and a couple of others.
Oh, I hate it.
My boss said to incentivize them with a $50 gift voucher to turn their cameras on.
Why?
Why?
How about the incentive is your job?
Yeah. Because I told you.
The keeping of your job. That's the incentive.
Josh, where are you signing?
I think I'll instinctively go over the right because as the first port of call, I don't know how big this card's going to get.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people. If I'm on the left and we
Yeah.
get 6 or 7 people, that's going to look terrible. But at least we can
that's a really good point.
we can fully fill up the right, and then maybe if you need it, then you can jump over to the left.
So you're saying on any given birthday card, I was going to say business card, any given birthday card, when you open it up,
Yep.
you're signing on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's how the message is. The happy birthday, the congratulations.
Way. You got to sign on the left.
Left comes
you're an
later.
adult, you're not a 4-year-old.
The left comes later.
Left comes later what? What do you
Left
mean?
waits.
Left waits for extra, like when
For
you
no
go
bad.
to...
Left waits till right's full. When you
No.
open, it's like reading. Not like
Well,
reading a
is
book.
that how you
No,
read?
it's not like reading a
Exactly.
book. It's not like reading a book. I take it back.
So you start, then you have the message in the middle.
But if you're just writing it to one person, you just write on the right side, right?
No.
What? No. It's a single card from you to one other person.
That's right. Hear me now.
You're writing on the left side.
I'm writing on the left side
What?
because there's a message on the right-hand side, and I fucking hate that it breaks up what you're writing.
You build around that. You build that into your sentence. You give me the middle word and I'll fill it in for you.
What? It's a single word.
What is it?
No, it's a pun. It's something like the front has got like a granddad on it and he doesn't have his teeth. And then it says, in the middle, it says,
hope you find some tits for your 70th birthday.
Exactly. Go for it. So on the right-hand side, it's, I hope you find some tits for your 70th birthday. And then it's got like a little a drawn picture of the chattering teeth at the bottom, right? Yep. So your message?
Yeah, it's dear Christian.
Granddad.
Dear Christian.
Yep.
Wishing you all the best. I hope it's a great day. ...
No.
Have you found the thing? And then after that, I go, love from Josh.
Is that?
Read into it. No, I'm talking more about a farewell or a happy birthday. That's more general what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That you're like, you work that in. So a very big from me.
Nah, I'm not with you.
You know what
I've stopped giving cards, actually.
Oh, yeah?
The most recent thing that I did was I wrote on the wrapping paper.
Yeah, I don't mind this, to be honest.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Because the card itself, no one's keeping cards anymore. Right?
We've got too much stuff.
Are you keeping a birthday card?
I think I got better at throwing them out pretty quickly. We spoke about this a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
With Andy Lee, I think, actually. I got better at kind of throwing them out because I was like, this is nice. And a lot of the cards you get these days anyway from relatives and whatnot, that it's, well, for me anyway, there's not a lot of close person. If it's got like a big chunky message in there, I'll keep it.
But where? You got a nice box?
No, it stays on the shelf for a bit until I find it 6, 7, 8 months later and I go, that was nice. And then I throw it out.
And then you throw it out.
I guess.
So okay. So the message, the sentimental like element of the message has 6, 7 months longevity.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can't get over the fact that if you're writing a 1-to-1 card, you will write on the left. And so you just put your full thing there.
Yeah. Because I, again,
then you don't do anything on the right-hand side.
Tend to write quite a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Because I kind of feel like if you're going to give a card, you may as well make that part of the gift. Like, I put a bit of effort into this.
It's a good point. Yeah, if you're bothering with the card rather than a dear Christian, love Josh.
If you wrote me a card and I opened it up and it was just like, hey, Christian, happy birthday. Hope it's a great day, mate.
Yep.
Hope you get some tits. 70th, whatever. And then it says from Josh.
But what if, as you open it up, $50 fluttered out?
Oh, yeah. I'm not even reading that card. Not reading that card. I know what the intention of the card was. Was to hide the $50.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to just get $50 from hand to hand.
Can we normalize that? What you end up writing your card on the $50 note. Just really escalate it. So what's this? You can't use this.
Why aren't we? That would ruin the tender, right? If everyone started doodling on money.
It depends. Probably there's probably a threshold that they have that is like, if this much of it is covered, it's no longer valuable. There's probably some specific threshold.
And sorry to change topic immediately after asking you the question, but wouldn't the government be loving that no one's using cash anymore?
The government.
The government.
Why would they love it?
Big Brother.
Oh, so they keep track on things. Cash is not king.
Yeah, but no, like I'm not using any cash
just in terms
anymore.
of people paying tax. They're definitely paying their tax because
well, you'd have to, right?
There's no cash.
I mean, you could track everything.
Yeah.
Where were you, Josh? You touched on your Mikey.
I actually today had a charge on my credit card for an Airbnb authorization. Yesterday I was like, that's not me.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I just went on the and I was like, want to dispute this.
It's freaky, isn't it?
It's weird because I'm like, I've got no idea where that's come from.
Yeah. I had someone trying to create a crypto.com account using my email. And it wasn't once.
Using your
it was
emails
multiple times.
Yeah.
And the code was coming to me. And I'm like, okay.
It makes you feel gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, super gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly, like, do I contact crypto.com? Or do I want some crypto?
Maybe you'll have a big windfall.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for ever signing me up for that, guys. You send an email to yourself hoping they see it in your inbox.
Didn't crypto boom after Trump got elected?
Maybe it was Trump. But the credit card thing, it was quite a good experience. There was two things, some good and some bad. So in the app, and I was like, wanted to dispute it. And it was like, just do a live chat. And I was like, okay. And it gave me the bot thing. And then I was like, da-da-da-da-da. And then the worst thing possible happened where it was like, just to make sure we send it the new card to the right address. So I locked the card straight away.
Yes. Type
in your address again. And I typed it in and fat fingered it. Did the wrong number by one. I was like, no. And because it was the robot, I was like, restart. restart, enter wrong address.
Oh, no.
Anyway, and then the live person came on and go, yeah, we're sending out your new one. This is like straight away.
Whoa.
That's been cancelled. But the digital one is up and running straight away. So I've got the digital credit card. That's all ready to go.
Is this all Upbank?
No, this is Bank
else.
West. Yeah. I've got a historical credit. I should change it. Anyway. And so then that happened. And then but the worst thing was, I was like, cool. And then you have to download this PDF and fill it in and send and email it back to us.
No way.
I was like, is there not an online form? There's got to be an online form that I just type the details in. So I had to get the PDF. It's all boxes you fill out. And then on the app, there was like a secure way to upload a file and send it to them. But I was like, that aspect of it was really bad. You should be like, click this link to dispute it, put the details in, submit.
Yeah, I absolutely love, because we're doing a lot of stuff at the moment with getting loans, and there's a lot of just getting a form online, and it's like, click here to sign, click here to sign, click here to sign. You literally click and it just prints your name, and you're like, that's fine. And there's one box you check to say, are you okay with electronic signatures? I'm like, yeah, check that box. Absolutely check that box.
What kind of safety measures are there around digital signatures? Because I have like set up an Adobe one, which I don't quite understand. But when I click on it, it's got like, this is an approved digital signature, and it puts like the date and time. It's like Adobe and whatever. And then when you access that file, it says like what time it was signed and what fields were unfilled when I signed it and stuff. What is the legalities around digital signatures? Because you could sign so many things to anyone, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Just cursive text.
Well, okay, so I'm going to use ANZ, a big bank, as the example.
Are they one of the big four?
Yes, big.
Okay.
Oh, huge. One of the huge four.
ANZ, Westpac,
NAB, Commonwealth
Bank, National Australia Bank. That's the big four, right?
Is that it?
I think we got it.
National Australia Bank.
Good job, mate.
Are they just NAB now? Or
I think they did that, but I still call them.
And do they still cut the cost of banking, or is that Commonwealth?
No, that's the Burnt Toast Bank.
Okay.
Which I've moved away from.
So
using ANZ as an example.
It's their forms that have the checkbox that say, I approve use of electronic signatures. Surely that's enough.
Hang on. Where is that box
approve the use of...
Where is that box being checked? Because if you're digitally signing that aspect of it...
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Tick.
Yeah.
I approve digital signatures. Digitally signed by Christopher Cesare.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, that's the combo.
It's so weird.
I think it's fine as long as you accept it. But if you don't, then you sign physically. But then I'd ask you, what's the point?
Yeah. Well, at the election, it was actually called out quite specifically that, I won't get too deep into it, but one aspect was a candidate had to sign a document for their scrutineers to say, this is my scrutineer. And one of the things that says it does not accept is like a typed version of a digital signature. It either needs to be like a drawn copy or whatever, or their actual signature.
Wow.
So it was like one of the first things I've ever
almost
seen.
said schnitzel.
Did I?
Schnitzel.
God. It's the first thing I've ever seen that was actually like, you can't just type into a computer the person's name in cursive writing and it's okay. You actually need some sort of actual signature on this.
Again, like...
That's the only time I've seen that. That gives a shit,
Yeah, but it just seems strange to hold on to that. That you need a physical person to do some kind of signing.
It is interesting. We talked about signatures a bit, but like it is such a weird, antiquated way, and I don't understand what point of some sort of legal proceeding would you get to that you're getting to your signature and you go, I didn't sign that.
Yeah,
and they go, yeah, it doesn't look the same as his normal one, does it? Like.
Yes.
What happens? Can you then say to ANZ and go, no, I didn't click that?
But then,
I didn't digitally sign that.
But then surely they would have so many other measures around it. They'd be like, well, you did because it was accessed from your IP address.
Maybe they do that.
Like all that kind of... I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Just thinking about it. Well, we might wrap it up there.
Wrap it up? What time is it?
No, we're fine. That's it. We're done. Well, that's it. We've reached the end of another episode of Welcome to Patrick. Christian, what do you make of it?
That's a good question, Josh. It'll depend what I do after the edit.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. We've reached the end again. Just a reminder, we do have socials across most of them. Sure.
I don't know. Instagram's the main one.
Instagram's
now, right?
the main one. If you
Facebook,
want to
we don't
out.
update.
I think it cross posts.
YouTube, we have all of our videos, well, of course they're videos.
Yep.
We have all of our episodes recorded in video. I'm waving at the camera right now. Hey. Looked at the wrong camera, so that's the quality of video you'll
Great.
get. And TikTok's done.
Also, yeah, we've got a Patreon as well.
X.
I still call it, I refuse to call it that. I just call it Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
It's so silly. But you also have a Patreon if you want to help support the show, cover costs, that kind of thing. It would be great. You also get a bonus patch in the off week.
Oh, yeah. And this week's bonus patch is going to be an absolute corker. We're going to play something called Nibble, Not Nibbles.
It was going to be in the main episode, but we ran out of time.
Yeah.
So it's in the bonus patch for you Patreons.
And as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what patch did you sew into your quilt this week?
Thank you, Christian. My patch this week is me founding a new AI startup where you type in the person's name and how many colleagues they have, and it generates the rest. It's called Cardly. And Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
This week, I sewed into my patch the new AI prompt feature on my air fryer, which will inscribe a unique birthday message on a piece of perfectly cooked salmon.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to Patchwork for another week. I've been Christian.
I've been Josh.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.